Felt like everything kind of started to come together offensively on Saturday. What's maybe a change, a tweak that you made over the course of the season that kind of led to the offensive explosion that we saw on Saturday?
Yeah, I think, again, schematically, we certainly made some tweaks with just the thought process of what we're doing, not to get too much into it, but certainly we're getting the ball out, and I think that's the biggest thing. Utilizing guys like Kendrick Law and how we can get the ball to him as fast as possible in space. But we see it every week. I mean, we have got to get the ball out of our hands. We got to be more balanced on first and second down. And I think those two things have helped us improve.
Bush, kind of following up on that, we hear so much about getting to a rhythm as a play caller. Was that maybe as much in a rhythm that you felt since you've been here?
I think so. I mean, I think, and you guys know this, there is no secret. The play caller and the confidence in the quarterback and being on the same page. I think we certainly in that game, asked a lot out of Cutter, put him in situations to go make plays. And, not only when things happened on schedule, but when a guy starts making some plays when things aren't there, that's when really good things happen. And so I think that's been something he's been doing a really good job of, and we're certainly got to keep improving in that area.
It's the second straight game your running backs actually had the most receptions. Some was different guy though. So is it a skill set that really lends itself to that, not just Cutter taking what gives him?
Yeah, I think number one, Jason did a tremendous job, right? We talked about not knowing Seth wasn't going to go until about 3 minutes maybe before the kickoff. And so it's a testament to him, how he's practiced. We've said it all along, right? You never know when you're going to get your chance. And when you do, for him to go out there and play well was a testament to him. But I think also, in the pass game, we always talk about, from a protection standpoint, the urgency of getting out in routes when blitzes aren't coming. And I think those guys have done a nice job. And I think for Cutter, sometimes when you see the 7 defenders just getting depth and you can hit those pockets right now to the running back, there's a lot of hidden yards, and I think that's something he's done a good job of.
What was it that J.J. Hester did to get back in the fold this week and obviously make the most of that opportunity?
Yeah, I think he's done a great job. I know we sound like a broken record, but he's gone to work for the last 2-3 weeks, even though his circumstances haven't been exactly how he wanted them. He's really had 2-3 good weeks of practice, and you saw it. I think on Saturday the ball finds you. You run fast, you play hard, you play physical on the perimeter, good things will happen, and he's certainly a guy that has stood up.
Patterson was kind of this big bell cow in the high school ranks. How have you seen his game kind of grow and evolve?
Again, I think Jason's doing a good job into developing into a complete player. I think you get to the college level and it either goes one way or another, right? Like from the pass game, if a running back can be really good in the pass game, it's kind of like playing with 12 guys. And if he can't be good in the pass game, sometimes it's like playing with 10 guys. And so I just feel like Seth's done a tremendous job. I think he's leaned on Seth and learned from Seth. His time with Demi as well. He just keeps getting better. He doesn't say a whole lot, but he's kind of an old school player who just keeps going to work and is improving.
You guys have talked about this before, but how important is it in this day and age? He didn't run away when you all went and added 2 guys at the position. That maybe that's not what we expect in this era of football.
Yeah, I think it's critical, and I'm not one of those guys that's unrealistic. I think there's times when it's the right thing for a guy, and I think we've all been around that. But I think so many times now it's just too soon, and guys might think the grass is greener somewhere else. I think he recognized exactly where his skill set was. This was a year he was going to go to work, and we kept telling him, you're going to get an opportunity. It's a physical league. We got physical backs, and you're seeing really the fruits of his labor, as he's playing more and more.
You've spoken a lot about explosive plays all season long. What does it kind of say about the potential this offense has, the fact that Saturday you got one off of more of a screen play to Kendrick, and then also like a completely different play, shot play to DJ, both amounting in touchdowns?
Yeah, I think it's, again, it's all part of the process and the improvement. It's certainly good to see some of those guys step up. I think being critical of ourselves, Kendrick is a guy that we've got to get the ball to more and more, so that's a huge focus for us because he is just one of the more explosive ball-in-hand guys in the country. We really believe that, and so he shows it time and time again. That's a huge focus. DJ and Cutter going and making a play when maybe something wasn't even there on that play is huge. So that always helps. But again, I think it always comes down to execution. The more the focus is on that, the better we play.
It's hard to throw the ball down the field if the quarterback doesn't have time. So how have you seen the protection hold up so far?
Yeah, I think they're steadily improving. Again, there's been schematic changes in that mindset as well. It's and again, this is not a Kentucky thing. This is a league-wide thing. I mean, these defensive ends, these pass rushers, week in and week out, are extremely talented, and the focus is getting the ball out of his hands and being more decisive from a read progression standpoint. We've worked extremely hard on that, and that's in a lot of ways where we think the growth in our pass game has been. It's an 11-man job, protection, running fast routes, quarterbacks getting the ball out of their hands, knowing where to go with it, and we just got to keep building.
Coach, Auburn's got a linebacker who's Bronco Nagurski Player of the Week. I mean, is he obviously the guy you got to account for in every play on the dry erase board, or how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every week there's somebody who's up for something. So, but they're a talented front seven. They are both the corners we saw last year. So this is a really good defense. You guys know it. I think they're one of 6 teams in the country that haven't given up more than 24 points the whole year. They're top 10 in sacks, top 25 in total defense. This coordinator's as good as there is in the conference. So it'll be a tough task, but top to bottom, this is a very good team.
How do they look athletically compared to the other teams you've seen?
I think pretty similar, pretty darn good, and it's just a lot of times, you can sit there and sometimes you have to watch a team for 6 hours at night on a Sunday. Sometimes you put on about 4 or 5 clips and you go, okay, these guys are for real. And so, again, I think the records sometimes they've battled, they've had some tough losses, all those things. I think defensively, there's a reason these guys are where they're ranked and how disruptive they are and how tight they played on the back end. There's a lot of confidence there. So we're certainly going to have to go and take our best on the road.
Coach, obviously, big picture-wise, you all have a lot of holes to fill on offense in the winter. How do you think you guys did just the roster management part of what you did in the portal and the high school class and kind of plugging all those holes in?
Yeah, it's a really good question, a really tough question, I think. And I answer that in this way. More than anything, you got to build on positive momentum. We knew things ended hard last year, and so I think from the standpoint of the quarterback's, situation being undecided, new wide receiver coach who we didn't hire until probably after that cycle. And so in a lot of ways, we'll go back and evaluate. Was it great? Was it good? Where was it at? Certainly I think offensive line-wise, we are very much improved in that regard. We like the 2-3 backs we have. And we think there's some pieces in the receiver room. And again, a lot of it is coming from some of these younger players. And so I think about the high school guys we brought in here in the last 2 years. I mean, I think DJ Miller is going to be a staple here. I think Cam Miller is going to be a staple here. I think Quiz is going to be a really good player, and on and on and on. And so, again, I really feel this is a team that's got a lot to build on.
Coach, we hear so much just about keeping player spirits up when things aren't going the way they want on game days. But just for you, was Saturday big just to finally see the points and yardage kind of when they've been kind of in short supply since you've been here at times?
Yeah, I think as a coach, as you guys know this, there can be a lot of positives. The things I remember Saturday are like the tip interception that goes back to the house, the fumble that gets knocked. There's just things I'm like, man, I never in a million years would you think those 2 plays happen. They seem like those are the plays that are happening. But there's a bigger meaning, there's a deeper meaning in all this. I think when you've battled with a guy like Cutter for 16 months and poured a lot and seen his growth, for him to go out there and just play, in my opinion, older than maybe his age, yeah, it feels good. You know what I'm saying? It's something there's small wins, and you guys got to keep building on it. I think he's done some things that probably haven't been done in 20 years, and he's steady, and he's going right back to work and continue to improve. And I think the message to him is just there will be a time where you'll look back on this experience and understand the struggle you went through, and you'll look back on this experience and go, this is maybe where it started. And so I think that there's certainly a lot there.
Coach Cutter's executed some nice drives in the final minutes of each half here lately. It seems to be able to process in the tempo well. Is that something you've seen him grow since kind of day one?
Yeah, I think so, and I think for the whole team, you know, obviously like going back to Ole Miss and not doing a great job of that to where we are now. We've worked hard on it. Every Wednesday we've made those into live situations. But I think that's a true mark of a quarterback who's taken the next step, right? Like anytime 2-minute red zone finishing drives, understanding in those pressure moments to take what the defense gives them, I think it's a huge plus.
Okay, folks, thank you very much.